last 3 days?
A couple times, yeah, not too much. But I would say I probably watched it more just on film, watching it in here with some of the guys. But yeah, I think overall, guys, another great opponent in Houston. What they've been able to do, obviously last year in these first couple games, they've been really good, and we're very excited. Very excited about this opportunity.
Sam, is this the most comfortable you've been in an organization, in an offense, in the relationships you have with coaches and teammates in your career?
I'm not going to compare it to anywhere, but I definitely feel very comfortable with the offense. With the system, I feel like I can continue to grow. I'm not seeking comfort by any means. I'm continuing to try to push myself as much as I can throughout the week to know what the defense is doing, and on top of that, understand what we're doing and how we're trying to attack their defense. And so, just continuing to learn in the system and continuing to grow as a quarterback.
Coach O'Connell said he likes the way you've attacked adversity. Like your interception or a fumble by CJ in week 1, it didn't rattle you. Where did that come from? Where did that attribute of yours come from, that now that stuff doesn't bother you?
Yeah, I think I've learned a lot. I think, I've had experiences where, bad things have happened. I think the more you play football, the more you understand, you can't control everything out there, and things are going to happen in the game. They get paid just like we do to stop us and, try to force turnovers and try to create plays on defense. And so, things are going to happen. But you got to understand, with that, you got to put your head down and continue to work and continue to grind throughout these games. Because, at the end of the day, it's not about what happened, in the past or on the previous play, but it's about, the next one.
What do you think you got most out of going against Flo's defense throughout all of training camp?
Yeah, I think just, being able to understand, kind of go through my, checks, go through my kind of checklist of, what I'm able to do, throughout, my pre-snap, go through kind of my pre-snap checklist. And, I think with that being said, it kind of calms your mind down to be able to, see, a defense that, in Flo's defense that, can cause a lot of, panic and just cause a lot of different looks, throughout training camp, and to be prepared, for all those looks. The way that we were throughout training camp has definitely prepared us to see different looks throughout the season.
Are there similarities with this defense you're going to face this week and what D'Amico does on that side of the ball?
Similarities in terms of what?
Flores, or just kind of complexity of looks?
Yeah, I mean, they bring a lot of different looks. I think, the different pressures that they bring, they're able to disguise it pretty well, and bring in some of their pressures. But, again, I think just being able to watch the tape and being prepared, as prepared as possible for this team and for this opportunity this week is going to be huge for us.
Sam, Coach O'Connell has been very complimentary of you week after week. How much confidence does that give you, knowing that he has so much confidence in your ability?
Yeah, it's awesome to be able to have, a coaching staff that believes in you. But he doesn't just believe in me, he believes in the entire team and, the entire offense, to be able to go out there and execute. And, I think that's kind of another reason I feel like we've been able to respond to some adversity in these games, is because, that trust never wavers throughout games.
And that particular play where there's two guys in motion and tried to pitch to Aaron, what are you thinking in that situation, and how in your mind are you kind of moving past it in real time as well?
Yeah, just, trying to send emotion and seeing two guys go. I think, just learning from a situation like that, being able to understand that, we don't want to make a bad play worse. We already have a penalty on the play. Just being able to, fall to the ground and, and move on from there. I think that's the biggest learning point on that play.
But that part, it looked like you did. I mean, I think the next play you threw Justin and got positive yards.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just the ability to be able to move on after a bad play, after any play, good or bad, is kind of the name of the game in this league.
Your start has gotten a lot of attention throughout the country, I think, Sam. Do you pay attention to that? And do you think that you are the same quarterback that you were throughout your career up till now? Or do you think that you have also just grown as far as your game comes?
Yeah, I feel like I'm always growing as a quarterback. I think any quarterback in the league or in college and high school would say the same thing. You're always continuing to learn and grow from experiences. And for me, I don't necessarily pay attention to what people are saying. I think, obviously I know, the positivity around what we're doing. But with that, you can't pay attention to it too much. I think for us, it's about, taking it one day at a time and continuing to put one foot in front of the other every single day and attack it with that mindset.
What is Jalen Naylor, just his emergence kind of meant for this offense, and how have you felt, just kind of establishing a connection with him going back to training camp?
Yeah, Speedy's been great, man. Just, again, you guys know, all the plays that he made in training camp. It's not a surprise to us, what he's been able to do out there. And, just going to continue to trust him, and along with the entire skill group, crazy things happen during a season, and guys are going to have to step up, and when their number is called, I know that they will.
Kind of random, but how would you describe Jihad Ward's personality?
Yeah, Hottie's a great guy, man. He's a special dude. He's one of one, I would say. He is entertaining in the locker room, a really fun guy to be around, and he keeps you on your toes, which you need in the locker room especially.
A ball that you threw for the touchdown to Justin was a play that we actually saw a bunch, I thought, in training camp as well, like you and Jordan. Has that arm strength or arm talent been there the whole time, or is that something that actually can be worked on as far as, you basically dropped the ball right in the bucket to Justin?
Yeah, I'm continuing to work on that, as just as my career keeps going. I'm always continuing to work on my deep ball. I feel like that was kind of something I struggled with early on, and I'm just going to continue to work on that, because when you do get those ops, you don't want to miss them.
What's the technique though, like when you work on that? Because the arm strength, I would guess, is just there. So
yeah.
What's the work that goes into that ball actually being just right on target?
Yeah, I think for me it's just specifically, it's really about keeping my head still, and just, keeping my eye on the target at all times. I feel like a lot of times you try to, me especially, when I was a young player, I would throw it and look up at the ball immediately. I think for me it's about, finishing through the target, keeping my eyes on him, and then if I do want to track the ball, which is natural for me, I can do that. But I really want to make sure I finish through my target, especially on those deep balls, to be able to, guide the football as much as I can all the way through the fingertips.
Sam, where did you learn that you needed to make that switch with your head to be more accurate with the throw?
Yeah, it's just something I've always seen in really good quarterbacks. They keep their head still, and whenever they throw. So it's just always something that I've been trying to work on. And I feel like naturally I kind of, want to lean a little bit, and so it's just as much as I can throughout the off season and throughout practice and pre-practice, just continuing to work on those things. Awesome, appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it.